Got the horses in the back, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the boost.
Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm out here, the weather's not that good, as you can see behind me. It's kind of rainy and it's all muddy and wet, so I'm not going to be doing any riding for today, but something that I've been wanting to do for a while is try and get my tractor running. 1973 Simplicity. Now, some of you might think that it's kind of lame that I have a tractor as like a little off-road toy, but you know, it's a pretty bad tractor. Like, it does pretty good on mud and just about anything. It has great torque, a good engine, giant cast iron block, steel rod. Has a performance piston in it, has some slight modifications to it. I took the governor off of it. That thing just absolutely rips, so I'm quite impressed with it. And so I'm trying to get that running. It doesn't have any spark at the moment, but so yeah, let's dig into it. So I'm here in my tractor. I got most of everything unhooked except for the drive shaft, which is right in there. I need to pull the engine out because she's not sparking and all the electrical stuff's right behind the shroud here. So hopefully she doesn't end up like this one. This one's been sitting here for about a year. I had to steal parts off of it in order to get this one running. So yeah, hopefully this doesn't end up just sitting in a corner like that one, but yeah, we'll see. Just got to dig into it some more. Well, here we go. As you can see right down in here, I got the drive shaft disconnected from the flywheel. So that's freed up. So now the engine can move freely in there. So now I just need, I have 4 motor mount bolts. I take those off and then I should be able to pull the engine. I don't see anything else holding anything on. I had to cut this wire because that there's just my kill switch. I'll just solder that back on later. So yeah, I just got those 4 bolts for the motor mounts, and then I can get that up here on a little makeshift table because the new barn and I don't really have anything really in here yet. It's this big cluttered mess. So yeah, right now our lights are just off of extension cords and everything, and yep, we'll get that pulled out and up on the table and start doing a teardown on it. I also might pull the head off and check a few things because it's starting to knock a little bit, but not too worried about it. It's old, it's just character, so yep, it should be fine. So yeah, we'll get that ripped out.
Who's a victim now? Stand up and take a bow, face right, face left.
So I got the engine out of the engine bay there, all nasty, full of dirt and old oil, 'cause this thing has a small leak right up here on the front. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that. It's a pretty slow leak. So I got the engine out, and the problem that I was having is it does not want to spark. It has great compression, you can hear that. So far the only problem that I have with it is no spark. I checked the points are clean, but I'm thinking it's the coil pack in there, because a few days ago, just about a week ago, probably the last time that I ran this, I took it down into a swamp in our backyard back there, and you'll probably see that in a later video. But oh, that ain't good. This little fan here caught some water, sucked it right up into the coil, lost spark, and then it just sat there for about an hour, hour and a half, because I had to wait for someone to come pull me out. So, I'm thinking maybe the coil is just rusted, because it is just steel magnet, and it might just be a little bit rusty in there. And I might need to just pull the flywheel off and then the cover, and then I might be able to just sand off the coil, and that'd be fine. But I don't know, it's old, it had problems, so I had to take the coil and the points off of that motor there to put on here, because the other ones weren't any good. But we never know until we dive into it, so let's get that started.
Face everyone you disrespect. So who's the asshole now? Holier than thou, you're not, 'cause
So I get the flywheel off, and I'm trying to get the thing off here, the shroud, but it just won't budge. I have no idea why. I only have 2 bolts in it, but then I look right over here. You got that one little guy just hiding back there, but he's behind the starter, so I guess I gotta pull the old starter off, which I don't believe has ever really been off of this tractor. No, correction, it has been off of the tractor engine because it had to be rebuilt a few summers back, but yeah, I just got that one little screw back there, so I need to pull this big old starter generator off, and then we can figure out what's wrong with this old girl. So we'll pull that off real quick. Okay, so I got the starter dismounted. It's just hanging there by that one bolt. Got to this little guy, which I figured would be completely rusted shut for how old this is, and just nasty rusty old bolt. So take that, put it down here at the rest. And now we can finally get into this thing. The first time this thing's been off in a while. It sat, so we don't know what's back here. So. Yeah, actually it's fairly clean. A little bit of rust on the cylinder, but that's probably from when I sucked up the water. And yep, it's got a little bit of moisture back there. Yeah, it's all grimy and nasty. Just pulling all this. I don't know what this is. Mixture of dirt, dust, and oil. Yeah, yep. Right there, our flywheel's all rusted. And yeah, our coil's got a bunch of rust on it, so I'll have to pull that off, retime it. Yeah, looks like all of our wires are intact, so yeah, hopefully it's just that. Pull the spark plug wire out. I thought that the wire was the reason why it wasn't sparking, so I just cut the end of the wire off there, but nope. So I guess I just gotta put a new end on it, so that's fun. Yeah, looks like all my wires are still intact. Here's kill switch, and then the bottom wire here, that goes over here to the points, which are behind this cover. And yeah, so I guess I'll take off the coil and then I'll get cleaning on this. So stay tuned. Yeah, so I'm taking off this poor coil. It's been on here just about its entire life. I know, dang, I keep forgetting that I took the one off of that one over there. So, it's still been a while since this old thing's been off of here. This one here was original to that tractor, and that tractor was barely ever driven. It only used to plow the snow back when it was running. And then we got this thing, so that just sat in a corner. It got old and have a plow truck, so hardly ever used it. So now we have this. What are you stuck on? Okay, so you got magnets. yeah, those could be cleaner, that's for sure. Yeah, this entire wheel here's nice and rusty, so set that up there. I'm gonna clean the wheel first. I got some 400 and 600 grit sandpaper over here. I'm probably gonna use the 600 grit because I don't want to take much material off, just the rust. So grab me a sheet of sandpaper. Probably just tear a small chunk off of it. Now I'll just get the sanding on that. Now I might need 2 hands for this. Okay, so I got my 600 grit sandpaper. I'm just gonna sand this down all nice and clean and smooth. Make sure that I get the silver part there, because that's actually what triggers the coil to tell the spark plug when it should make boom boom and keep the engine running. And see how that turns out, and then I'll start cleaning off the coil. And then I'll respace it, retime it, and probably just try and start it up here instead of putting it back in the tray. Oh, looks like you got a little head gasket leak there. Yeah, that didn't look too good. Definitely something to check out there. So, yeah, that's nice. Good part about pulling the engine out is you see different parts of it. So, other than the head gasket leak and the spark, this thing's a pretty nice motor. Kind of rusty, but that's fine. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this wheel cleaned up and see how she runs after that.
Baby's got a black soul, got a black soul, got a black soul. You made a mess of your life, and you've been burned once or twice. Now you play roulette with the water god. Wake up!
I got the coil back on there. I got it all wired back up. Got the starter and the belt back on. Got some jumper cables because I don't have a battery on this right now. And I'm gonna see if this thing has any spark. Just hit that. Cranks over perfectly fine. Oh, it just fell. Okay. So I just need to hold this right here while I crank it over. So I think I'm just gonna clip this right to the starter, like so. Yeah, still nothing. So that wasn't it. So I guess I need to figure out a plan B for what went wrong. That's all still gapped right. Kill switch isn't even hooked up. So I don't think it was that. Unless it's grounding out down there. Maybe. Okay, so I'll try it again. Yeah, still nothing. That's disappointing. So I might just have to get a new coil. It might be the points. I'm not sure. I'm positive everything's hooked up the same way. But she just doesn't want to fire. So I guess I'm gonna have to finish this project another day. But thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so as you guys might have saw, I tore apart this engine after I pulled it out of the tractor, and I tried pretty hard to clean up the coil and the flywheel there, try and get it to spark a little, but was not successful. But hey, that's fine. I like a challenge every now and then, because this thing's gone pretty easy so far, but this here's a good challenge. It's not much electrical on it that could go wrong, so it's just mostly mechanical engine, and only electrical is just the points in the coil, and all of that seems fine. I might just go out and buy some new parts for it, but yeah, well, until then, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, please. And see you next time.